Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Ashley Williams Show. Y'all, I am so excited to have you back. If you are a returner of the show, please pause this and make sure you are subscribed. If you are new here, welcome to our little family, and please subscribe, like, comment, and share this with somebody who you think will find it helpful. But today, I'm super excited. I think this is my first official out-of-town guest. Y'all, somebody traveled to be on the show. Period. Shakor.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here. So, I don't know if I've ever shared this on the show, y'all, but by trade, I'm actually an accountant. I actually did accounting for 3 years, and then I got into IT, but I still am very much affiliated with the National Association of Black Accountants. So if there's anybody in college that's watching this and you're thinking about majoring in accounting or audit or anything, join NABA, okay? If for nothing else, do it for networking. Long story, I got this from him. Long story less long. Long story less long. Shakor and I met at the NABA convention this year in Vegas. Shout out to Jerome.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Jerome.
Period. He needs to be here. He actually had a show scheduled, but he had to reschedule. You made it before Rich Uncle Jay.
Appreciate it. It's always a great opportunity to link up with you again, especially from our time in Vegas. It was definitely extremely fun.
Yes, we had a lot of fun. So I wanted to bring Shakor on. I think you're like a very interesting person. Like, you're very reserved and quiet, but once you just kind of learn who you are and all the things that you've done, I think you have a really cool story. And so I wanted to have you on and highlight because, one, I'm a girl, so naturally women are a large demographic of the show, but there are men who listen, and so I think having a male perspective on is valuable. So I want to start. There's a segment of our show called the Limits to Lemonade segment where you share a trial that you've turned into a triumph. But first, I want you to kind of give your bio, shout out your resume. And if you don't say some of the things, I'm going to go back and highlight it.
Oh man, you got me trying to say everything. So yeah, appreciate it. Shakor Jukes, from Newark, New Jersey. That's hometown for me. Still current home base. As you mentioned, I'm an accountant as well too. Currently working at Amazon. Been there for a couple years. Outside of work, I do tons of different things. As we'll get into hopefully today. Being an entrepreneur, I have my own firm, accounting firm as well too, Jukes CPA. Been doing that for the past 2 or 3 years now. I also serve as an adjunct professor within accounting at a local university in New Jersey. And then outside of that, 2 years ago, I started my own nonprofit organization called FinLit, or Fin Literacy, FinLit for short, which is a nonprofit for financial literacy for children from economically impoverished neighborhoods. And so all that to say, I just stay busy. Always looking to give back is something that I pride myself in, and it's something that's truly important to me, and have fun doing it.
Cool. So Limits to Lemonade.
Limits to Lemonade. All right, so just a trial. As you talked about, I'm from out of town, so I'm happy to be here in Atlanta. But getting here was not the easiest thing at all. With the global IT outage, I thought I wasn't gonna make my plane. I really thought I wasn't gonna make my plane. All the servers were down everywhere. It was an interesting travel day, but luckily my flight, after being delayed about 5 hours, I was still able to board. And then once I landed in Atlanta, I felt like I was on the tarmac longer than I was on the plane. But nonetheless, I got here. I'm here to record this episode, so looking forward to it.
Yay! Can we give Shakor some shout outs in the chat? Because the way I would have went home yesterday and be like, Ashley, I'll catch you later. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but I appreciate you for sticking through. And your flight just got canceled.
Oh yeah. Well, that's another trial. So now we got to figure out what's the lemonade to that. But
you turned in Atlanta.
I'm about to be living in Atlanta for the next week, hopefully. So.
Well, thank you for coming. So, how did you land on accounting? Like,
wait, we didn't even do our toast.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank you. Glad you remembered. Cheers. You gotta say cheers too.
I gotta say it. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God, each one of these has been quite interesting today. So accounting. Tell me how you landed on accounting as a young man from Newark.
Hold on.
Did I move it?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, back to my question again. Do I need to re-say it?
Yeah, just start. Yeah.
Okay, so accounting. How did you decide you want to become an accountant?
For me, accounting, I kind of fell into it, to be honest with you. I always loved math. That was something I was just passionate about as a high schooler. And so the high school that I went to, it was a Voltech kind of school. So like my trade or elective in high school was accounting. So I've been doing accounting since my sophomore year of high school. And it was something I enjoyed in high school. Then once I went to college, I was like, I already know accounting, might as well stick to it. In my senior year of high school, I took some college level accounting courses as well too. So I was just like, I could do this, and so I just stuck with it, to be honest. But it turned out to be very fruitful for my career and just the things I've been able to experience along this journey. So it's been very rewarding. I'm glad I stuck with it. It wasn't always the easiest path, but it for sure has been beneficial.
So you're not just an accountant, you're a CPA, period. Put some
Yeah.
respect on it. So what did that journey look like? Isn't it like 4 exams and you have to pass them all like
Yeah,
within the year?
CPA exam journey definitely is one that's not for the weak, but it's something that you gotta be locked into for sure. So after college and as I was going through grad school, I started to take the CPA exam. As you mentioned, it is 4 exams, and they kind of test you on various different subjects throughout accounting. It's a passable exam, but to be honest, I had all the types of horror stories that you can name. From failing by 2 points on multiple exams, taking multiple exams multiple times. But it was an investment that I seen within myself and for my career that will set me up for success later on. And so I have friends that passed all four in the first try, but then myself, like I went through it and kind of failed. It had some roadblocks throughout the time, but it made me who I am. That was the first time, to be honest with you, I've studied so much. Not even in undergrad, I didn't study that much, or grad school. I actually was studying for the exam. I was going back to my undergrad school to utilize the library, and I utilized the library more to study for the CPA exam than I did in college. So all 4 years. So nonetheless, I passed it, and that's probably one of like most joyous times, or just like relieved that the exams were over.
Smart people that didn't have to study. I got like all the letter grades in
I wouldn't say I
college.
didn't study, but I learned how to do teamwork early in college.
Teamwork makes the dream work. How did you stay motivated during that time, like when everybody around you was passing and you still stuck? Well, not stuck, but like trying to make your way through it.
Yeah, for me, motivation. One, like when I put my money into something, like I'm gonna get the outcome of it. I'm gonna get the full investment of it. But besides the money aspect, for me, it's just like if I can make this sacrifice right now, whether it's a year, 2 years within my career, it set me up for success to be a CPA the rest of my career and journey. Like that's the highest level within our profession. And so for me, it was just like, hey, like I could sit down for 2 years. I might miss a few events here and there, but those same events are going to come back up in the later years. But then I'll be a CPA making more money, and I can enjoy myself even better. So for me, it's just just being able to just make that sacrifice. Know is something that was important to me, and also just my lifestyle and career journey. And so I wanted to make sure that. Everybody's journey is different as you go through different things, have similar experiences, and it's all about what you create out of it, and it creates more character within yourself too. So just that perseverance was truly something important.
I feel like that's the theme of the day. Courtney said I need to do themes of the month: perseverance, sacrifice, and hard work.
Yeah, that's
I guess you
important.
can't shortcut it, huh?
Nah, no shortcuts here. For sure. Like everything gonna come with hard work. If you had shortcuts, you probably won't even feel the most reward from it. And so for me, it's just like it just builds who I am as well too, and learn a lot about myself just going through struggles and challenges. but at the same time, it makes the fun afterwards even more enjoyable.
He's not gonna say it, so I am. Like, you're not just an accountant or a CPA. They like give you awards in these streets, huh?
Oh man, you got me now. I'm trying to stay humble. No, yeah. Being a CPA and just being involved, I think that's been something that's been important, as I mentioned at the beginning. And for that, it opened up a lot of doors for me within a profession, and also just the opportunity to network and meet different people. And so throughout my career, early on, thankfully I had like a great mentor who told me to get involved with various different accounting organizations, NABA being one and the AICPA being the other. And from that, I just always sign up and volunteer for different programs, and it just opened up a lot of doors throughout my career. And yeah, recently I got an award for AICPA Outstanding Young CPA Award, and so that's been very rewarding. But it's also just telling the effort and work that I put in so far within my career, and just the opportunity to better others as well too. And so just not only being a CPA, but just helping the people that's coming after me, being influencing the profession going forward as well too. So for me, I love the award, but it don't stop there.
Period. It's just the beginning. No, congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to give you your flowers now. So a very rewarding career in accounting, and to be honest, I feel like you're on the earlier stage. Like, there's so much for you still to do, if you so choose. But you also have your own CPA firm. So, like, at what point did you say, I want to go do this on my own, and how has that experience been?
Yeah, doing this like maybe like 3 years ago, I went to renew my CPA license. And I was like, I feel like I haven't got the full use of this license. Just being a CPA and then being on more the private side of accounting, working at Amazon, and prior to Amazon, I worked at Target. You don't need the CPA license to do the work that I do, as it relate to more of the public accounting side. And so for me, it's like I feel like I didn't really get the full reward or the full benefit of being a CPA. And so I wanted to try something different. I've never been an entrepreneurial person. I enjoy the works that I do, but it's just another challenge for myself. And so just connecting with some of my friends, I was like, I'm gonna start something, try it. It was during the pandemic, and it's like, let me try creating my own firm. And it's been truly rewarding. For me, it comes back to like giving back. That's always been important. So for me, it's just like everybody always see an accountant as a person who does taxes, and I do more than taxes within my firm, but just even within my career. But I understand the importance of understanding financials, and just being financial literate. And so how can I help my clients who are entrepreneurs, real estate investors, things like that? How can I help them understand the numbers and truly articulate in a way where they can set themselves up for success? And so I have a lot of friends that are into different things. And so it was me just want to be that support system for the people that's around me, especially people of color. I know it's important because we go just give somebody our tax return, they give us back and say, hey, you owe this, or you getting this refund, but you don't really know what the numbers mean. And so for me, it's just like, how can I help people understand it in a more simplified manner, being that I had the experience, and I want to be able to just help others with it. And so yeah, it's been great. Being a firm owner, looking to grow it, looking to hire interns and things like that. It's just a lot of creativity, allowed me to tap into other aspects of myself. But I would say it's been a good experience, and I'm looking forward to continue growing it. And at some point, my whole purpose of creating this business is that I don't want to be working until I'm 60 years old, and so I'm building different pipelines of revenue streams that'll set me up for success in 10 years, where I'm comfortable continuing to work for someone else, but I'm not reliant, and that's the biggest piece for me. Just not relying on others to sustain a life I want to live.
Period. So you mentioned like helping your clients understand financial planning from beginning to end. Essentially, what's your ideal client? Is it an entrepreneur, small business owner? Is it a 9 to 5? Like, who's your ideal client?
I would say it's a mixture of both. A lot of times entrepreneurs still are like 9 to 5 people, similar to like myself. And so I like working with those individuals. I like working with small businesses and entrepreneurs. I want to be a part of something that's growing. And so helping people start from the very bottom, lay the foundation. I think that's important. Just when you have a solid foundation, you can just blossom into anything as a business. And so I want to be a part of that growth and see that success become. So for me, it's like small businesses, entrepreneurs are ideal for me, but they come with challenges as well too. So those businesses that are kind of more well-oiled machines, they're great too, just easy kind of lift and shift. But for me, I like to just be in the weeds with everything and build that foundation for sure.
Okay. So you mentioned having the desire to have multiple revenue streams. So we talked about your full-time job. We mentioned the Jukes CPA firm. What else are some of those revenue streams?
What else? So I mentioned that I'm an adjunct professor. And I honestly, I kind of just fell into that as well too. Like I
How
said,
you just follow like this?
I just
Not I'm
signed up.
gonna go do some braids on the side. What?
For me, it's just like having a great network of people. When I see things posted like, hey, we look like, yeah, it was during the pandemic as well too. I know somebody that worked at an institution. They posted on LinkedIn like, hey, we're looking for adjunct professors. So I was like, hey, they got accounting business. Let me just sign up, throw my name in a hat. And then before you know it, like 2 weeks before school was about to start, I get a call like, hey, can you teach this course? I'm like, sure. I never taught before, but just the opportunity to just put yourself out there. I think that's just been the most important part of how I got into different things. It's just being open to taking risks. And then, like I said, you just learn a lot more about yourself. And so adjunct professor, oh, that's a decent work revenue stream. It's not something that's gonna pay all my bills, but it's a good little side money. Outside of that, I'm into real estate as well too. That's a big thing I've been kind of anchoring towards these past couple years, and so those two have been real estate. Do a little bit of investing here and there, personal. So I would say just a mixed bag, but those are my key
That's your
things.
thing.
Yeah.
So your students are like Gen Z right now. How is it teaching Gen Zers?
So for me, like the first day is always the funniest. And I say that because like I like to dress casual. And so the first day I walk into class, I got my little book bag going, and then I walk to the podium instead of sitting down. And then they look at me like, wait, you the professor? And I'm like, yeah. And so you always hear little giggles here and there, but it sets the like foundation, sets the tone for the rest of the class. And so it's honestly easy to connect with them when they see you. They see you as somewhat like a peer. I know when I was going through college, most of my accounting teachers were like old white people. And I work at a diverse school. And so it's great to just be in front of kids that I can relate to, or they see themselves and me and things like that. And so I would say that's a good part of working about this new generation of students.
Okay. So Finlit, how did you get into that? What made you want to start a nonprofit?
So for me, so as I mentioned, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. It's the hood, to be honest with you. So it's like you go through the struggles, and even myself, like growing up, just understanding family dynamics and finances is not always just talked about in the household. And so you never know if like you're struggling, like you don't know what it takes when your parents are working multiple jobs to get you that birthday gift or that Christmas gift. You don't really know the inner workings behind it. And so for me, it was just important to start with children. So Finlit is really K through 12 financial literacy for children. And it's important to establish, I've been utilizing this word the whole interview, but just that foundation, really having that stable foundation of financial literacy, understand the basics. For me, I was grateful and had the opportunity to go to school for accounting and finance, but not everybody's going to major in that. And people are going to be actors, comedians, rappers, things like that. And so for me, it was important to know that, like, how can I help inform people of some of the basic financial knowledge that is necessary, and start with children, making it an engaging and fun way, because we've been through accounting classes. This is not easy. It's the most boring content. And so for me, it's just like, how can I make learning about financial literacy fun, but also understanding that children in economically impoverished neighborhoods don't have those resources and opportunities, especially within the schools and as well too. And so for me, it's growing up, personal experiences, understanding struggles, and then it's just like, how can I take what I learned and give back to my community where I grew up, where I was raised, my family still exists there. So it's just an opportunity to give back to the children from my city, and that's where we started at now, and we're continuing to expand into other cities as well. And it's just really put it in a fun way, learning about money, but in a fun way.
Shakor love the kids.
Yeah, I love kids. I'm telling you, you learn a lot about yourself when you work with kids.
That's so honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you work a lot. Okay, what do you do for fun? How do you break it up? Enjoy some of your personal time.
So my personal time, besides I play flag football, that likes to keep me active. I do that pretty consistently, and then I love to travel as well too, and also working and travel open up those doors. Traveling is big. I would say I've been a lot of places recently, like different countries, Africa. I've been to different parts of Europe as well too. And so traveling is big for me. But I would say sports. I'm a big sports person. I like going to sport games. So from basketball finals, college football, NBA, NFL games. I like to do it all. Baseball games, WNBA games. So anytime I'm somewhere and I'm traveling, I just like to go check out what's a local sporting event that's happening and pop in and just enjoy the talent.
Who's your favorite college football team?
College football team. So I know you're from Tennessee, so I'm definitely not the Vols. What's the Vols, right? Volunteers, Tennessee Volunteers. College football. I like. You're probably not gonna like this, but I've been a big Bama person recently.
Shakor, you could have said anybody else.
I know.
Why
but
would you say Bama?
Listen, I'm from Jersey, and we don't have good college
So
football.
you choose Alabama?
I'm saying they've been dominant, so I'm sorry, but I do like Bama. Coach Saban was pretty good, but outside of that, like coming from the Northeast, college sports is not that big up
As
there,
it is down here.
especially in the South. Like, so just seeing it on TV. I never been to an Alabama game, but seeing it on TV, it looks lit.
That question was a test and you failed miserably.
I apologize.
Like who you like. I'm not here to judge. Okay, so travel. What's your next big destination?
Shoot, this is probably the first year I don't have nothing on my like planning agenda. So I like to do like just random trips, to be honest with you. Spare of the moment. I'm like, I'll hop on a plane the next day. If one of my friends like, hey, like we here. I really want to go back to Africa, but a different part this time. I've been to Sierra Leone and Ghana, and those are beautiful places, especially like during the holiday season. Like just imagine it's Christmas and you like 80 degrees in a beach. It's like beautiful. But I want to go try a different part of Africa, and I want to visit like Kenya. So that's like kind of on my kind of bucket list for the remainder of this year. So I'll say TBD at this moment. I always love Barcelona, Spain. So I might end up back there as well too. So either of those two is probably on my list of right now, but something I have planned already, I really don't have nothing, which is surprising.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
So one of the hobbies of yours that I feel like a lot of people in the millennial age group are doing, which begs the question, like, is this for kids or adults? What is with this Lego obsession?
Oh, wow. So, I don't know. Like, Legos are just so dope. Like, I like building things, just being like hands on. And so watching things that start from just a bunch of different pieces, it's like a puzzle almost. But it's more fun because you can I've been building cars recently, and so I built a Porsche, a Camaro, a Bugatti, and you can move it around. It's like a actual physical item, and it's like really heavy. It's like thousands of pieces for some of these Lego sets, and it's just cool decor too, like in your house. Not only can you see something that you built, but it's a nice little decor here and there in your office space. So I think we just tapping back into our youth. I think that's the kind of resurgence right now. Just when you're a kid and you're building Legos, going to the store and playing with different toys. It's the same thing as adults now, but the Legos have become much more mature. Some of the sets that I can't really see little kids building some of the sets that I do, but there are some great opportunities and just a lot. As you mentioned, I work a lot. So when I'm not working, I want to relax my brain and do something a little bit more challenging and fun at the same time.
Cool. I feel like you have like this very positive, chill outlook. Like, does anything get you riled up? And if so, like, how do you navigate through those moments?
I definitely get riled up. I would say I try to stay kind of even kill for a lot of things, just because I would say I'm probably not the most emotional person, or like expressively, but definitely I take it as challenges when I go through things. Like I said, growing up in the inner city in Newark, New Jersey, just the struggles that I've dealt with daily. I feel like anything that I experience nowadays can't compare to what some of the things that I've seen growing up. And so for me, it's just like if I could make it through those things, like some of the stuff that I'm dealing with today, those are easy things that I can overcome. Just staying patient too. That's what keeps me kind of that even killed, kind of more chill. Just being patient, understanding that hey, this storm will have to pass at some point, and just having the right people around you as well too is important. Family, friends, they keep me level minded and keep me focused on a task at hand, because a lot of times there's going to be obstacles, roadblocks, and challenges that you're going to experience, but how you overcome them truly shows the character of who you are. And that's, to me, is the most important part. And so just keeping that mindset. There are times where you fall off, but you just pick yourself back up and keep it going.
We got a theme song. If at first you don't succeed.
Oh man, I can't sing.
You can, just join in a little.
Join. All right.
If at first you.
I could dust myself off.
Okay. I'll take it.
I got you.
So one of the reasons why I really wanted to have you on the show is because, like, there's a variety of things that you do to, like, fulfill yourself. So for men who feel like they have to be one thing or put themselves in a box, like, what would you say to encourage them to, like, no, go out and do different things? It really doesn't matter, like, what other people say or what society says about you.
Yeah. You learn a lot about yourself when you try different things, and what you're capable of as well too. And so, especially as a black man, like you always looked at as some type of stereotype, whether it's always negative stereotypes. And so it's always great when you can prove people wrong, and prove them otherwise. But it's not even about what other people think of you. It's like what you think about yourself and what you want to experience. And so when you open yourself up to new experiences, you have more fun. Just traveling to different places, like the cultures are different. And so you got to be open to exploring those new cultures and having that fun doing it. And so I would say, yeah, like, don't pigeonhole yourself, because you can trap yourself and you limit yourself and the opportunities available to you. And so the more open you are to new experiences, the more rewarding, the more opportunities you can see. And as you can see from myself, I keep myself open, although I do accounting, but I also like to just create new experiences for myself, whether it's into technology and different things. And you meet a lot of people, and I'll say it's super important for black men, especially because we're always looked at as I don't really have the word, but we just looked at different. So, and just black people in general. And so, the biggest thing I would say for just trying new things is that you open yourself up to new experiences, and those new experiences bring different joys that you don't get in other aspects of your life.
I love that. This was good. So if you had any final words to leave with, what should I call my community of people?
The community of people.
Yeah, we're millennials who turn lemons into lemonade.
I don't know. What's sign with lemons? I don't know. Nah,
Yeah, ponder
that's
on that.
tough. That's tough.
Okay, well, anyway, what would you what would you leave with them if you had final words?
Final words for me would just be just appreciate your own personal journey. Everyone's path is going to be different, but at the end of the day, we going to all have similar results. And just appreciate the life that you have in front of you, and try new things. That's always something I'll advocate for is just push yourself to try new things, step out your comfort zone, look for, connect with new people, network, because you never know the person next to you. Like, I never knew you was an accountant until I met you that night through Jerome. And so you
Yeah.
just never know what opportunities to come from just the relationships that you do build and the experiences that you get to explore throughout life.
Well, thank you
Thank you
for
for having me.
coming all the way from Newark, New Jersey. Period. If you want to travel to be on the Ashley Williams show, let me know. We can work something out. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with a friend. And I can't wait to see y'all next week.